Today we got the biggest news since the moon landing. We got the full lineup for This Is Hardcore 2022. Thank you, Joe Hardcore. You're the man for putting this shit together. Hey ladies, how's it going? Dan Frampton here, and admittedly, I've never been to This Is Hardcore. I've never been to a hardcore show in the United States of America. But I do watch a hell of a lot of it on the internet, and that's why I commentate on it, and that's why I have an opinion about it, even though I've never been there. So I would love to go, but this is the next best thing, I think, and by this, I mean the internet. Don't adjust your screens, you are seeing this correctly. The year 2022, alongside the bands Hatebreed and Thursday. It's absolutely amazing. It's like when I was 15, this would have been a thing. So I thought that we would take this one band at a time, break down the entire lineup, and see if this is gonna be a fun time. So let's start at the very bottom with Fool's Game. They look like a pretty hardcore band. Next band, we got Reaching Out. Now these guys are a pretty young band, pretty new to the scene, and I think that they're sounding pretty good so far. It's a pretty good opportunity for them to be playing this fucking festival, so good for them. Next band, we got Foreign Hands. Next up, we got Hostilities. This band fucking rules. And then we got Risk, but apparently they're from Merrimack Valley and they're their most dangerous band. Be on the lookout. And then we get some Philadelphia straight edge with Struck Nerve. These guys are fucking sick too. And for this next band, instead of going to their Instagram page, I thought we would go to the premier source for everything hardcore, Forbes.com. And apparently in their Hollywood and entertainment section of Forbes.com, they're going to be telling us about the next extreme powerhouse band in hardcore. And they're called End.
End are hardcore's next extreme powerhouse. By Quentin Singer. Throughout this global pandemic, there has been a litany of exceptional heavy music releases.
Okay, next band. We got Hesitate from Berks County. Next band after that, we got The World. I don't know too much about these guys, but they are the entire world, the globe. So they must be pretty good, I guess. They're on Equal Vision, yeah, whatever. Next band, Off the Tracks. I hope these guys are as wild as their name is. I hope they are legitimately off the tracks. I listened to this little EP earlier today, and it was pretty good. I don't know if it was necessarily off the tracks. I could see the tracks, and they were just like riding them just fine. But whatever, I think they're gonna put on a good little show. And then we get another hardcore punk band from Philadelphia called Chemical Fix, another band that I'm not too familiar with. I'm going to have to educate myself, but in order to do that, I followed them and I'm going to keep up with them on the internet. Thank you, internet. I told you, you're pretty good. Then a little Cleveland hardcore band called Live It Down is going to be joining this New York hardcore band called Combust, and also Florida's metallic hardcore unit, Seed of Pain. These guys are also really fucking tight, really good little band these guys are, that's for frickin' sure. Not bad at all. Next band. Man, I hate it when bands have names that I can't pronounce. Simulacra? Simulacra. Now I know I have a couple guys in my audience that are pretty excited about these guys. I checked them out, they are pretty sick. I just can't pronounce the name of them. Next band, Chicago hardcore legends MH Chaos and Latino hardcore band Raw Brigade, both very great bands, legitimately. We went to Forbes to talk about this band called End, but we don't need to go to Forbes to talk about this Baltimore band called End It. Two different bands, both of which I'm not really that familiar with, but they do have 7,800 followers here on the old Instagram. So, you know, they do have a lot of people that do listen to them, which is pretty dope. Shackled from New Jersey is pretty decent. Age of Apocalypse from New York is also pretty decent. Burials from Pennsylvania, excellent band actually. So we've only gone through about half the lineup so far, mostly local bands, but it's already shaping up to be very sick. Joe Hardcore really knows how to pick bands, and I think this is gonna be a pretty fucking excellent time. Next band is Life's Question, who are pretty good, but I really do need to check out this band called Hangman, because I definitely have not heard of these guys. And then we get Strength for a Reason. These guys have been around longer than Instruments. And then more legends here with Powerhouse. And then strap on your dunks, do your little kick flips, it's one step closer time. Mushmouth have been around forever, and they only have 1,300 followers here on Instagram. Since 1995, these guys have been slamming. This band, Hoods, have been around even longer. God damn. Joe, you really got a good collection of new bands, current legacy bands, and bringing bands back from the dead. I love to see it. It is a classic This Is Hardcore lineup. And then straight edge band Regulate. Really tight, really fun, really talented band, that's for friggin' sure. Pain of Truth, do I need to say any more? These guys fucking rule. And then Year of the Knife, god damn. Yeah, this fest is gonna be insane. What can I say? Punishment from Philadelphia. See You Space Cowboy is gonna make you go vegan. And Gridiron is gonna rap at you a little bit wearing a bunch of fucking football jerseys. Queensway, Baltimore Legends, Never Ending Game, and Section Hate. Oh my god, it's gonna get pretty dang violent and brutal up in there, that's for sure. Oh my god, I hope Full Gear goes there with his elbow pads and his knee pads and his bandanas and camos. He's gonna need it, that's for sure. Ringworm, haven't heard of them. They sound pretty angry, and that's a pretty gross name for a band. And then Leeway, god damn, Leeway. New York City, Leeway, that is for sure. Wisdom in Chains, All Out War, and Misery Signals. Holy fuck, Killing Time. New York City hardcore since 1988. This is the new, the young, the old, all coming together under one roof to celebrate the culture that is hardcore. This is hardcore. It's really living up to the name so far. Joe, hardcore, I gotta say. This is pretty fucking awesome. And then Canadians, my fellow countrymen, Comeback Kid. Gotta love to see it. Fury of 5, not that big of a band right now, but pretty fucking good. Marauder, oh my god. Talk about old heads. And then these next two bands would probably be headlining this whole thing if it wasn't for the two huge tentpole nostalgia acts. We got Terror, who are gonna be releasing their record this week, and New York Kings of Hardcore, Madball. This fest is going to be insane. So if you guys can be in the Philadelphia area between July 7th and 10th, I strongly recommend that you drop some bucks and go to this thing. I think it looks like a pretty excellent friggin' time. And that's it. This is Hardcore 2022, July. I can't fucking wait for the footage to hit the internet. So until my next upload, watch another upload.